It can be difficult for us to hear Jesus' words in the gospel today. If anyone wants to be a follower of mine, he must renounce himself, take up his cross, and follow me. We might think, is this really necessary if we're going to be a disciple? Well, the answer is yes, because regardless of our situation in life, we're going to face sufferings. The real question is, are we going to face our sufferings alone, or are we going to do them in union with Jesus, who today sets his eyes on Jerusalem so that the Son of Man will be glorified as he is lifted up from the earth? Earlier in the gospel, Jesus had said, "Come to me, all you who labor and find life burdensome, and I will give you rest. Take up my yoke and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble of heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Yes, my burden is easy, my yoke is light." In following Jesus, our sufferings become light, they become sweet, and we don't carry them alone. But perhaps we're like Peter, who in today's gospel pulls Jesus aside. Last week, Peter was the rock upon which Christ would build the church. Today, he becomes the stone, which is a stumbling block. A disciple is always a follower of Jesus, not a leader. And this week, I also offer for your reflection an excellent paper on discernment by Archbishop Costello in light of the Plenary Council. I'll read a short passage from this letter that he wrote to all of us. He says, "The formation of the central question of the council, what do you think God is asking of the church in Australia at this time, was itself the fruit of discernment. I am surprised and a little embarrassed that in the first formation of the question, there was no mention of God. Indeed, we focused on inviting people to share their own hopes and dreams and their own joys and disappointments concerning the church. It was as if we were asking the Catholic community to tell us what they wanted the church to look like and be like in the future. What you or I might want for the church could well be exactly what God wants for the church. A problem arises, however, when we simply presume that what we want and what God wants are the same thing, without really engaging in a profound process of discernment to determine whether the many voices to which we are all attentively listening are revealing or obscuring the voice of the Spirit. This is, of course, a part of communal discernment, but discernment takes place in our own lives. The gospel today is once again an encouragement to stay close to Jesus and to know that there's nothing, no suffering so great that we need to face alone.